Thanks for tuning in to Velo News TV. I'm Fred Dreyer, and I'm joined today by Terry Zmerhal. Terry is the race director for the Race Across America, also known as RAAM. RAAM 2007 is underway right now. Terry, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Now, Terry, you're the new race director. You've been doing this for about 6 months. You know, I got to ask you, what's been the most challenging part of the job so far?
The most challenging part of the job is just learning all the pieces. There's the start line, there's the finish line, there's headquarters, the officials, rules. You know, I cover the spectrum of the logistics of the race.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of it. And I'm been surprised at all the little things that come up over time.
You know, in that long of a race, 12 days of racing, I would imagine a lot of little things would come up. It sounds like you have a team here. We're actually in Boulder, Colorado at RAAM headquarters. You know, it sounds like you have a team of people assembled here to kind of help you through it. What's going on here at RAAM headquarters? What are you guys really focusing on?
So talking about the team first, we actually have about 50 people helping us. And that includes our officials, that includes folks that help at the start line. There's a media crew of about 10. There's people at the finish line as well. What's going on here at headquarters, there's about 10 people, and they go in shifts, but they're here 24 hours a day. And what they're doing is they're keeping track of where the racers are on the course and where the officials are. We've got 57 time stations across the country, and as racers reach those time stations, they call in and let us know which time station they're at, and that way we can keep track of where they are. And we put that on the web so that people, friends, family, fans, they can follow the race as we go across.
All right. You know, we're into day 5 of the solo competition.
I think that's right.
You know, let's get a little update. What's going on so far?
Yuri Robic is just out there flying along. He's having a fantastic race. He was a winner from 2 years ago. He's a 2-time winner. Not far behind him is Wolfgang Fasching. This will be his last RAAM. He's a 3-time winner. Gerhard Gulwitz is up there. It's been a great race to watch all the way around. That's just the solos. There's 4 women still left in the race, and they're really duking it out. They're having a lot of guts out there to keep going. 2-person teams. There's 2 rockin' 2-person teams out there. Joe Peterson on Team Body Exchange Garden Pathways, who set the record last year. Team IWC Schaffhausen is giving them a run for their money, and then of course Team Type 1 and Vail Beaver Creek they're going after it again. They battled all the way across last year, finishing just 3 minutes apart, and they're doing it again this year.
Yeah, I mean, did you find that amazing that, you know, here's a race that lasts 5 to 7 days for these team categories, and it can be decided by, you know, a matter of minutes?
I'm blown away by that, really. It's such a small percentage of overall time, but they're that close, and it's not just them. If you look at the middle of the pack, these guys are still separated by minutes after 800, 900 miles of racing.
You know, let's get back to you were talking about the women's division. You know, is this the first year that you've seen a lot of interest in the women's solo division? It's
returned back in the 80s and early 90s. There was typically a larger field of 3 to 6 women, and then it's kind of tapered off to none or 1 or 2 women. So having 5 start and 4 still going is really a great boost for the race itself. Besides the solo women, there's another, I think, 20 women on the various teams. There's an 8-person all-women team. There's a 4-person all-women team. There's a 2-person all-women team, and there's a couple mixed teams out there as well. So they're making their presence known out in the race, which is great.
You know, it sounds like dealing with sleep schedules, you know, having people aware and competent on their bikes is something you guys are really striving for. You know, has that been a problem in the past?
It's not so much a problem as just it's a facet of the race.
Yeah.
It's something that you have to manage, not just the racers, but the crew. And us at headquarters and the officials, everyone's got to get sleep. And you can function reasonably well on 6 hours of sleep, maybe even 4. Start getting down to 2 and 4 hours of sleep, even the crew isn't functional. And the crew needs to be functional, not only for safety, but to keep the racers safe. So sleep is always an issue with this race, and it's part of the aspect of the race is how you manage that for everyone involved.
Are you sleeping much during this week?
I've been getting 5 or 6 hours of sleep a night, which is actually I'm doing okay with. But when I'm up, I'm going full steam with the race. There's not a whole lot of downtime with this.
I would imagine. You know, Terry, have you ever participated in RAAM, or do you have any aspirations to do it?
In '97, I crewed for Muffy Ritz, a solo racer, and that was a fantastic experience. In 2002, I raced on a two-person team when the course was Portland to Pensacola, and we finished in just over 8 days. And I gotta tell you, that was an amazing experience.
So, looking ahead, looking forward with your, career as race director, where do you want to take RAAM? What do you want to do with it?
Our primary goal is for racers and crew, when they get to the finish line, to say, damn, that was the best experience of my life. I want to go do that again. And so we're trying to promote that and get everything in place so that racers can have a fantastic experience out on the road. So when they get to the finish, it's a good celebration. So when they get to the start, it's all organized. And I think that my biggest job is, in terms of what I'm doing, is making sure all the logistics are in place. In terms of our focus with sales and marketing, it's trying to get a little bit more word out and get some of the people that are already in the race, to get them to spread the word to their friends and get them to come and join it. An 8-person team is doable by almost anybody. If you think about cross-state rides, whether it's RAAM or even the rides here in Colorado, because those rides are 50, 60, 80 miles a day. That's about what an 8-person team does. Each person, they ride fast, but it's 50 miles a day per person. That's doable by almost anybody out there. And they get to experience RAAM riding across the country. They get to be part of it. And that's what we're going for.
For all those who want to be part of it, who want to see what's going on in the action for the 2007 RAAM, where are you telling people to go online?
Go to our website, www.raceacrossamerica.org. We've got all the current race standings, a ton of stats out there. Got some great video reports coming in from our media team on the road. Got photos coming in. Perry Stone is here in headquarters, and he's trying to do an update about something about the race every 20 or 30 minutes, whether it's solos, whether it's teams. Of course, he's got to get a little bit of sleep too, but the coverage is just, it's really, we've got all aspects coming in from all different parts of the course. If you go to our website, you can also get links to some of the team websites. There's probably 10 or 12 teams that have their own websites. There's 5 time stations that have their own websites of what's going on there. There's a lot of information out there to look at.
Terry, thanks for joining us today. I appreciate it. And thanks for tuning in to Velo News TV.